Let's talk about the real reason the Democratic Party lost its soul in the 1990s. It was called the Third Way, a political rebrand sold as modern, pragmatic, electable. But in practice, it was neoliberalism with a Democratic face, and the man who sold it to America was Bill Clinton. Clinton wasn't trying to undo Reagan's revolution. He was trying to survive it. He didn't move the country left. He dragged the Democratic Party right and called it progress. Here's what the Third Way looked like, and I remember it pretty well, because I'm that old. There was NAFTA, the North American Free Trade Agreement, which shipped millions of jobs overseas while gutting union power at home. Welfare reform, which imposed time limits and work requirements on the most vulnerable while demonizing poor black mothers as welfare queens. Then there was the 1994 crime bill, which poured billions into mass incarceration, expanded the death penalty, and targeted communities of color. There was the repeal of the Glass-Steagall Act, which deregulated Wall Street and set the stage for the 2008 financial crash. All of that happened under Democratic leadership. Why? Because the Clinton-era Democrats decided the path to power was corporate money, tough-on-crime rhetoric, and triangulation. They abandoned labor. They abandoned the New Deal. They abandoned the working class and called it pragmatism. To his credit, Clinton was a gifted politician who expanded the earned income tax credit, balanced the federal budget, which is no mean feat, and presided over years of economic growth. But those gains came at a cost, and that cost was often paid by the working class and communities of color. But not everyone went along. While the party cozied up to Wall Street and Silicon Valley, a few Democrats refused to sell out. I think you can probably guess one of them. Bernie Sanders, an independent from Vermont. He never backed the Third Way. He voted against NAFTA. He opposed welfare cuts. He fought the crime bill. He has warned for decades that corporate control of politics would destroy democracy. And gosh darn it, he was right. Elizabeth Warren, who was once a Republican, I don't know how many of you know that. She became one of neoliberalism's fiercest critics. She saw the financial collapse up close and spent her career building protections for consumers, calling out corporate greed, and pushing for regulation in a party that often preferred the status quo. They weren't alone, but they were the exception, not the rule. And let's be very clear. The Third Way was a political success for Democrats who wanted corporate donations and centrist credibility, but it was a gross moral failure. It gave up on bold ideas, it left working people behind, and it created the vacuum that Republicans and Trump rushed in to fill. Neoliberalism didn't just happen on the right, it was enabled by Democrats who chose to play the same rigged game instead of changing it. And we're still paying the price. So, what can we do? I can think of one thing right off the top of my head. We can vote the fuckers out. How about that? Let's get some people in Washington who actually care about us. Novel idea.